Morning, everybody. I am out on this beautiful morning. I'm out at the same spot that I was for another video that I did, wildlife photography in a wildlife refuge. I'll link the video. But it's a beautiful morning. It's supposed to be warmer today. It's supposed to be a high of 57. So hopefully that'll mean there'll be some more activity. The water is not frozen like it was last time I was here. And according to eBird, there have been a lot of sightings of waterfowl and other kinds of birds. So I'm hoping it's going to be a good morning. Well, I know it's going to be a good morning because I got out of the car, looked up, and a bald eagle flew over. So you can't ask for a better start than that. So we'll see what we find. Into the woods. Oh my God. I'm not even 500 feet into the trail yet. And this is what I see. What the heck? It looked like it caught a squirrel and it stashed it, and then it went back to get it. Wow. What did I say? It was going to be a good morning. It's been a good morning. I think it might actually have been deer that the coyote was going after. I looked back in the pictures and there's a lot of fur over here on the ground, so I'm gonna head over here and see. I'm thinking it was definitely deer. Oh yeah, that was a deer that they got. Man, there's not much left. Wow. Take a look at this. brutal, but they don't leave anything behind. It's definitely from last night. Well, it's one heck of a way to start the morning. A bald eagle, then a coyote. Jeez, I wonder if this is actually part of it now too. Look at this. Nature is brutal. But I gotta come back this way, so I'll keep an eye out and see if anything else. I wouldn't be surprised if something else came back and chewed on those bones. There's not much of it left over by the log, so. I apologize for the shakiness of that video for the coyote. It definitely caught me off guard. And I was standing, trying to be still because I didn't know if it knew I was there. But it definitely did and didn't care. So, but definitely not my best video work, but it's all right. I am moving on now down the trail. Let's see what else I can find here. Kingfisher. I heard it calling back on the trail back there. It's up on a tall tree, so the background is awful. It's just cloudy, bright sky because the sun is behind it. But it's just perched up there, so I'm hoping that maybe it'll come down lower. There's a few dead tree trunks that are kind of lining this brook. Hopefully it'll come down and perch on one of those and fish, because the stream is actually pretty much thawed out, so we'll see what happens. Well, the kingfisher flew farther away from me down the brook a little bit. I think a red-shouldered hawk came and spooked it. It's either red shoulder or red tail. I caught a glimpse of it. I'm not too sure. I think it was actually going after some mallards that were in the brook down farther. So I'm gonna move on. I have to come back this way. So hopefully something will be around when I come back. I'm making my way down this path, which leads towards the river, which is to my right now. But I was sitting trying to get a video of an uncooperative Carolina wren, and I could hear two bald eagles calling over on the river, so I'm gonna make my way over that way. See if maybe they're still there by the time I get there. I'm not too sure exactly how long this trail is before it gets to the river, but actually I think it goes right here, so that's good. So I'm close to it. So I saw one bald eagle fly over my head when I parked the car this morning, so there was definitely at least two of them calling. So hopefully they'll still be there. I made it down over to the river. No sign of the eagles. I'm wondering if maybe they were just flying up the river. But the shoreline that I was able to sit on last time is no longer there. The water level's a lot higher because of the storm we had and all the snow melt up north. So there's no real spot for me to sit. But it's okay. I'm gonna go over, there's another spot where I was here last time. A woman said that it was a good spot to find eagles because there's a cove that they might perch on. Because it's so much warmer today, I'm hoping that that cove might be thawed out. So I'm gonna head over that way and see what I find along the way. A lot of the bushes around here are Japanese knotweed, which isn't invasive around here, but you can see all these seeds that they have. It's just loaded with seeds, and the birds come and pick them off and eat them, which just kind of perpetuates the cycle of them being that much more invasive and spreading that much more quickly. That's what I've seen a lot of the birds eating, mostly because that's just one of the few food sources that is left. The invasives come in and take over the spots where the native plants would be, native shrubs, and they're left with the invasive ones, and it's just a cycle that just keeps growing and growing. Pretty much right over where I was. A bald eagle just flew over. And it looks like it's perched up on a tree. Problem is, am I gonna get a clear view of it or not? Let's see. Alright, so there's two adult bald eagles. They are perched on a branch. They're about 200 yards away from me. It kind of overlooks the river. So the spot that I'm going, that I was just at, is over that way. So I'm gonna see if I can head back over that way, because I'm still gonna be at least 150 yards away from them. And see if I can get a spot that's not in all the branches. This is what my view is right now. eagles. One took off before I got in my other position and flew across the river. The other one sat there for a little while, and then it also took off and flew across the river. They're perched on a tree across the way somewhere, but I haven't found where they are yet. So I'm just gonna sit here. I really don't have a good view. I've got branches all in front of me, but at least if they fly, I'll be able to see which direction they go. So I'll sit here, wait, and yeah. So there are at least 3 eagles, because we have the 2 calling across the river. Then I also heard a third one calling, sounded like on my side of the river, to my right. So there's at least 3 of them. Alright, even though I have the 2 eagles across the river from me and a third one to my right somewhere, I'm gonna move on because I just don't have a good vantage point. Even if something happens, chances are I'm gonna have something in my way that I'm not gonna be able to see it clearly. So I'm gonna move back over to that other cove, make my way over that way. See if anything else is that direction. Sorry, looks like a goldeneye flying on the water now. Yeah. But I just can't get low to the water. So any video that I take or anything of the birds in the water, it's not going to be anything impressive. So I'm going to move on. See if I can find a better vantage point to get some activity. Last time I went through this spruce forest, or a spruce grove, there were 2 barred owls. They look like they're beginning their courtship routine, but I don't see anything this time. But they could also be out on another branch somewhere, sunning themselves. It's nice and warm in the sun today. Pausing here because there's a lot of bird activity right here. Some blue jays, nuthatches, wrens, sparrows. I had to take my jacket and hat off because it was getting so hot. It's just nice to hear all the birds chirping. It's been so quiet in the forest, and now it's nice to hear them calling. Well, I made it down to the cove, and it looks like it's still icy. The part that's down, kind of in front of me here, down a little bit ways farther, is more thawed out than this section. So that's a bummer, but there's still plenty of spots to go to yet, so it's all right. I'm making my way back the way that I came now. I can head back and see that kingfisher's there still. And then there's also two really large fields back where I parked the car, which there have been reports of a lot of different birds on the fields as well. Some horned larks and that kind of stuff, which I've never seen before, so that'd be neat to see. Then there's also some shallow ponds, kind of floodplain ponds, that are also back that way. So when I came in, there were some ducks and geese over in that area, so I'm going to go back that way so I can see if anything's there as well. So I'm just going to make my way, take my time, see if I find anything else, keeping my eye out, and let you know if I find anything. Sit here for a few minutes because there's a Carolina wren around, along with a lot of blue jays that are foraging for acorns in the ground. But this Carolina wren was perched over on this downed log over here, and it's a perfect perch. So I'm going to sit here for a few and see if maybe it'll come back. The wren went quiet, and a lot of the jays moved on from where they were, so I'm moving on as well. You can see spots where bucks were rubbing their antlers against the tree. Kind of neat that you can see where they planted their feet in the ground too, as they're rubbing. This is one of those spots where it's coming almost nearly impossible to see them though if they're here because it's so brushy. You can't really see more than a few feet off the trail. Everything else is just shrubs. There's a little red squirrel here again. Sitting here for about a half hour now, and I'm now essentially surrounded by birds. I have nuthatches behind me. chickadees and tufted titmice in front of me. Blue jays all around. There's a brown creeper to my right. And there's 2 downy woodpeckers as well. Kingfisher just flew down the brook and is right down there somewhere. That's the kingfisher. There's 2 of them. There's 2 kingfishers. Alright, I'm gonna move and see if I can get in position for them. Hopefully I don't fly away. Alright, so I'm walking over towards the kingfisher. It's actually just right along the trail. I have to be really quiet because kingfishers are ridiculously skittish. It's really a bird that's best if you set up somewhere and it comes to you, because otherwise they just tend to fly away. So I'm just going to be really slow, really quiet. See if I can get a picture of it. This is perfect. The 2 kingfishers seem to be so preoccupied with one another that they don't mind that I'm here. Either that or they don't see me. But I got some great pictures. This one female kingfisher just keeps going back and forth along this brook right here. flew again, and it's still right here somewhere, but I don't know where it went. I'm gonna see if I can kind of creep over slowly, because about 100 yards or so that way is the opening for the brook, and I can see a lot better. I'm gonna see if I can go that way. Alright, I made it to the opening of the brook. The one kingfisher flew down the brook a little bit of ways, but it's maybe about 50 yards in front of me. It's on a stick that's overlooking the brook. And it's just sitting there calling. Just swooped down and caught a fish. And it perched on a perfect branch, so I got a nice video of it. That was awesome. Sat on some great perches for some great pictures and video. And it just flew off down that way, down the brook a little bit ways farther. So I'm gonna leave now so that as I'm leaving, I'm not gonna disturb it since it's already out of my view. But man, that is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I'm back at the spot where I saw the coyote first thing this morning, and as I suspected, the part of the spinal cord that was still on the ground is now gone. The rib cage is still there, but something came and drug off the spine. But that's how things go. Nature is a perfect recycling machine. But I'm just about at the car. I'm gonna check at these fields and see if there's anything in the fields, and then we'll see if I find anything in there. Well, that'll be it for me today. I hope you enjoyed what I think is a really successful outing, my second time out at this refuge. Got to see a lot of different species, bald eagle, coyote, kingfisher, a lot of things that I haven't seen very frequently. So that was really exciting, and hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.